Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. Really excited to be back. It's been a while for me once again. It's getting common on the channel for me to say that, although for you I don't think you'll see a difference. Well, I've been quite busy with some other stuff, and the game has been really slow these last few months really, so I haven't played as much, but we are back now ready to dive into the contents of update 40 Beneath the Surface. That's what we will be doing today. I had to review actually the release notes for this update because they introduced a lot of stuff on top of the new area and the new quests. We will get the chance of going over some of those things as we move on with what we are doing, but there are a couple things that I don't think we will be able to cover in the main series. Well, we'll get to that, or I will mention that if we get a chance, but let us not delay any longer and let's start chapter 9 of the Song of Waves and Winds. As you can see here, we have gotten the deed updated, and that's what we're gonna do. So on the last episode we were just talking to Jajax to reopen the meeting hall, the meeting hall where the people of Umbar meet and discuss their dealings, we can say. So it seems the meeting hall is at long last open for us.
Welcome to the meeting hall of Darlaja. Where the Kindred of the coins hear the voice of the people.
And act upon their concerns. Keep your weapons sheathed, speak with a civil tongue, and there will be no cause for trouble. Jajax smiles broadly as he notices you for the first time. Beriathan, it is good to see you. So many folk have passed through these doors that I confess I did not recognize you immediately, but that is now rectified. The Golden Queen has proven true to her word, and I see she made her choice of helper with wisdom. I did not think Darlaja would ever be opened again, and it would be my lot to guard a locked door for all the years of my life. But no. Even now, the sound of agreeable conversation drifts from within. You may pass inside, Beriathan. I will not forget how you helped Lady Hármelak reopen the meeting hall, my friend. What a fine day this has become. Fine day indeed for us as well, getting the chance of advancing through the game, playing once more. Daxamat nods to you in greeting, so as you can see here, the meeting hall is quite big. I don't think I have... Oh no, yeah. You can see in the map there's this sort of area that isn't open yet, but who knows if there will be something interesting on the other side. For now, let us talk to Daxamat.
It has been a strange morning.
It is good to see you, Beriathan. My brother has gone ahead to the main hall, but I wanted to wait for you. It has been a strange morning. Heralds sent by the Kindred traveled through the city announcing that Darlaja would once again be opened. During the rule of the heirs or the domination of Khôltekh, such a thing was considered impossible. And when the Kindred came to power, the folk of the city believed it to remain so. And yet, here we stand, within the great meeting hall of Umbar-môkh, and the Kindred of the coins has come to listen to the wants and needs of their people. Rothak the Storm walked not 3 strides from me when he came inside, but his coppices remained strapped to his back, and he gave no indication that he might eat anybody. That is progress, is it not? I cannot help but think that it was your arrival on these shores that set the city upon this course, Beriathan. I thank you again, as I have before, for making me a part of your crew. My brother is in the main hall of Darlaja to the northeast. He will be pleased to see you as well, though he may not say so. You know how he is, of course. Yeah. I know old Daxamat. And Shemaya, I think I will talk to you in just a moment. And Octhar as well. Let's advance through the main quest a little bit. Ah, yeah, here we have Jajax.
This may not be easy, but to the most, it is a hard thing that brings the greatest wealth and power.
This may not be easy, Beriathan, but do they not say it is the hard thing that brings the greatest wealth and power? folk have come from all over the city to bring their concerns before the leaders of the Kindred, but that is of no account to me. I am more interested in the guarded coffer that stands at the foot of Hármelak's dais, for that is where folk are bringing their suggestions as to what worthy persons should succeed the members of the Kindred who fled the city. The guards are vigilant, yes, but if I can put my name into the coffer many times, it may be that Jajax will become kinsman of the Citadel or of the Sail Haven. Khabârkhad and Akasi are not likely to return after all, and their districts cannot remain leaderless for long. Imagine how much wealth and power I might wield as a member of the Kindred of the Coins, Beriathan. Take a closer look at that coffer, my good and subtle friend. Tell me if you notice any weaknesses I might exploit, for the good of the city, of course. My heart weeps that the folk of Umbar-môkh will have been deprived of my presence for so long, and I aim to make up for those lost years. Jajax, amazing as always, of course. Let's see what happens in here. Just one suggestion, if you please. Vigilant guards stand by the coffer ensuring the rules are followed. Hármelak, the Golden Queen, called for you to attend her.
I am pleased for you to see your handiwork.
Yes, it was my resolve to open the meeting hall of Darlaja, but it was you who recovered the keys from the Earthborn and made my decision both safe and possible. I am grateful for it and will not forget what you have done. You will come to see what we of Umbar-môkh will have very long memories if you have not learned it already. Hármelak smiled sweetly. Yes, Beriathan, it is good that you have come, for there is a small matter about which we must speak. We have begun taking suggestions from the folk of the city to learn who they would have replaced Khabârkhad and Akasi in our ranks, but there is one other about whom we must speak. We must speak of Tatháta, Beriathan. She remains kinswoman of the lower ward, unless you have something to tell me that concerns her? Kinda.
Word has begun to spread among the people that Khabârkhad fled from the city.
And while the details vary, in most these stories, both Tumult of Fierce Water and Akasi Wave Reaper followed him. You and I know the truth of that, but it is best that the people not yet know. Of Tatháta no tales tell, but he has not been seen in some time. Did I say, no tale? This is not the truth complete, Beriathan. Kinsman Khôltekh has spies everywhere, and this morning he related to me that some days ago, one of these spies observed Tatháta engaged in combat with an Umbar woman he did not recognize. There was another who stood by, Beriathan, and that other was you. Hármelak raises her hand to silence you as you begin speaking. I know the circumstances that brought you to our city, and I know too that Khôltekh delayed in relating this information to me for reasons of his own. Learn what these reasons may be, keep me informed of them, and discover what you can of Tatháta's fate. We are allies now, Beriathan, if perhaps not friends, and this matter concerns us both. Yeah, I had a little bit embarrassing, but I had kind of forgotten about Cruel Dancer and our encounter with Tatháta that happened so long ago. Even if you take a look at the publication date of that episode, that was so long ago, and it was so much longer for me since I recorded it. But of course we cannot forget about Tatháta, and I think I have mentioned her a couple times before. And once again, Khôltekh knows way more than he says, and I don't like him. But it seems we don't have a choice now.
I thought you might come to speak to me, friend.
I have heard you were among the last to see Kingswoman Tatháta in life, and the others of my order are most interested to learn where she has gone in the days since. Did she follow Akasi and Khabârkhad when the two of them fled? No one seems to know. I can see you have an interest in this question as well. If so, then my resources are yours to command. Tatháta was last seen in Umbar-môkh, the tunnels beneath the city, and it happens that my people control a guarded entrance to those passages. With my password, they will welcome you and lend you the aid you might require. Speak these words to the dwarves inside the southern entrance to Khâbârkhad, and they would let you pass. Ijevath ne. You will need to leave Darlaja and travel south into the Fleet Pass to reach the entrance to Umbar-môkh, where my people stand sentry. Pick up Tatháta's trail and you will be aiding both the Kindred of the Coins and yourself, Beriathan. After all, you were among the last to see her alive. Yeah, my voice is a little bit so sorry. I've been a little under the weather the last few days, and I couldn't wait until I got better to start playing, really, because I really want to see where this is going. Now, as you can see here, Khôltekh has a lot of quests for us, but there is one in particular that we're not gonna pick right now. That is the Light and the Shadow Part 1, because that quest is part of the new seasonal weekly quests that the LOTRO team is releasing, in the same vein as the original Bingo Buffing quest line and the Lay of Rust and Rime, so that you get one new quest every week, in this case for 2 months, and this is the start of that. But we are not doing this for 2 reasons. One, it is recommended, it's not mandatory, but it is recommended that you complete a chapter 9 of the Song of Waves and Wind before starting this, so we're gonna do that. But second, the storyline is not complete yet, so it would feel anticlimactic if I were to start this with Khôltekh and then be cut short while we wait for the other quest lines. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video for those quests, or maybe a couple videos. They seem to be quite long, but that will come last after we have done everything else for update 40. So let us pick the other quests that Khôltekh has for us.
You seem somewhat capable. You may yet survive in Umbar-môkh.
I have, and thank you, I guess. I don't like your tone, but anyway. I must ask your assistance with a quite dangerous task. I have heard increasing reports of theft, kidnapping and worse in the Undercity. My dwarves have formed a foothold in the crypts, but villainy spills out in Umbar-môkh more quickly and readily than the waters of the bay. Long have we above ground turned a blind eye toward what happens under our feet. No longer can we afford such luxury. This morning, a party of Umbari nobility were set upon on the road to the Cape. Several escaped, but a small group were dragged away. It is of the utmost importance that we get them back. I happen to know from my contacts that there is an encampment of the worst sort of offenders: thieves, murderers, smugglers, and cutthroats in Dilirmis, the birds. These smugglers call it the Shuk, the blood market. This is where these nobles are likely to be taken. Go to my guard outpost in Khabârkhad. Nuru will tell you the way to this encampment. Please, Beriathan, these Umbari men and women have their lives in your hands. Will you help? Yeah, of course I will help. Just getting back in the gist of things. All that glitters.
It's not only our people these scoundrels have captured. It's also our treasure.
Raiding parties along the coast of the Cape of Umbar have made off with countless caches, spoils of this shadow war we are fighting with those in Umbar-môkh, the Undersea. That same smuggler's market where the Umbari nobles were taken, the Shuk, the blood market, it is likely to have many of these misbegotten treasures as well. While these are certainly not so precious as our citizens' lives, coin is still precious. There is much to reveal here in Umbar, and many families who have pled with us to have their treasures returned to them. You would be doing a great service to us by returning any treasure you find in the Shuk. Will you lend us your aid? Yeah, I'm already on my way there.
The more we explore Umbar-môkh, the Undercity, the more danger we uncover.
My guards have established a foothold in the southern crypts of the Umbar-môkh. My scouts have patrolled outward, mapping Umbar-môkh as best they dare. Recently, several of my patrols were attacked by the dead. Nuru, the captain of my guard, tells me they are coming from west of Mekab-kuphar, my guard outpost, and that their attacks have become more frequent and violent. Far to the west of the crypts, there is an area my scouts call Citadel, the Silent Sepulchre. There, the dead roam freely. I need you to make your way there and call these dead. The last thing Umbar needs is the dead preying on innocent Umbari civilians or my guards. Doesn't sound good.
Greeting. We have much to do for Umbar and little time in which to do.
The Umbar-môkh is becoming quite a problem. Vast swaths of it have been ceded to ruffians, criminals, wild beasts, and wars. My Temamir guards do what they can in the crypts to bring law and order, but the situation is tenuous at best. Now I am hearing from Nuru, the captain of my guard, that Khabârkhad is overflowing with rats. These rats carry disease and ill fortune to many of the unfortunate residents of Umbar-môkh. Will you talk with Nuru? He will have the details on these traps. These vermin are coming from the north, I am sure of it. Please, place these traps along the northern edge of Khabârkhad so that our people can breathe easy again. And that's it for Khôltekh, yeah. But... alright, Belondor is already in here too. I didn't see him. Fleet Captain.
May the seas be calm and the winds fair.
Okay. Is this Captain Heralds? Yeah. Cool. I think I might get a couple for my captain.
Fair winds to you.
Oh. But this is a requirement. Okay, we need to complete a later quest of the Tales of the Kindred, and I think that one is not even available as of the time of recording this.
It is good to see you again, my friend.
I heard you have been helping with various tasks around the city, and I wanted to thank you for that. It is important for keeping the peace the citizens don't lose faith in the Kindred after recent events. A darkness begins to creep onto the man's face before he shakes it off and returns to the present. Since the reopening of Darlaja, some of the residents of the Sail Haven have come to me with their troubles, as they currently have no representative on the council. They tell me of crocodiles coming out of the city's sewers and causing trouble in the streets. Apparently, someone has lost a beloved pet. I have dispatched a few guards from the fleet pass to go there and assess the situation. I suspect that there is more going on down there than just wandering beasts. I happen to have some familiarity with these tunnels, as it is where Meshka and I were forced to hide for a time to escape the fires of the old Saints priests. The beasts in the tunnels underfoot are content to stay there so long as they are not disturbed. Something else is causing this. If you would like to continue giving aid to the people of Umbar-môkh, I am eager to receive a report from my soldiers there. You can find them by entering Umbar-môkh through a door between the wharf gate and the fisherfolk. Okay, that's Belondor, cool, and we have Rothok in here.
What do you want?
It is good that you have come, as your prowess and fame has spread throughout the land. I find myself in need of your services. Beneath the arena, in the catacombs, there is a small encampment known as Citadel. The people that live in that encampment are considered under my protection and may require aid. Go to Citadel, speak to Davor, the Breaker, a former gladiator, and see how you might assist these people whom I hold dear. We have Rothok here. God, this guy is so big, it's hard to get a good frame of him for a picture, but not impossible. And of course, I have taken a liking of taking pictures of Belondor. To be honest with you, I really like this outfit, and from what I understand, we will get this very outfit at some point during this epic. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that's true, because if that's the case, I might as well change.
One would think a known face such as mine would grant me an audience with the Kindred.
One would think my noble titles as Patriarch of House Golhas would grant me speedy audience with the Kindred, but it appears I was mistaken. Would you consider my request instead? A suit of my predecessor's ceremonial armor was pilfered from the family mausoleum. My servants have heard tale of a shameless group of brigands known as the Denjari boasting of such a piece somewhere in Tatháta. If you investigate these claims, you would have my gratitude and patronage. Sure, stolen mementos, yeah. We'll investigate that.
I thought the Darlaja would allow all to be heard.
I had thought the opening of Darlaja would allow all to be heard, but it is difficult enough to hear my own thoughts. I have a wine shop to run. I cannot wait indefinitely for the Kindred of the Coins to hear my complaints. It is a small enough matter. Would you take care of it for me? A woman looking for her husband is causing a bit of ruckus in my wine shop in the Tor Gardens, the Den of Arms. I beg you, see what she is on about. She is irritating my patrons. So as you can see here, our first stop is actually the Tor Gardens. And then we'll make our way through the other areas of the city that we need to explore, to also do some of the other things added in this update that I mentioned at the start of this episode. So, as I was saying, Belonder's outfit, which is really cool and I wouldn't mind wearing at all. I mean, I like the outfit I am currently wearing, and it was very fitting, especially at the time I changed the outfit. I needed something lighter, fresher, and I needed to lay low, not be recognizable in Umbar because we were on a secret mission. Our mission was successful. We are not undercover anymore. So it doesn't make a lot of sense in my eyes to have a Beriathan continue using this sort of outfit. But I also have not seen a good time for Beriathan to change, because in my mind, although this can of course be entirely different, but Beriathan left his Citadel guard outfit at Gondor. He didn't think it would be necessary in Umbar because it was supposed to be a short mission. At best, he left it at his cabin in the Wayfinder, but you saw what happened to the Wayfinder. Anyway, for Beriathan to be able to get back into his Citadel guard outfit, he would either need a ship of Gondor to bring it from over the cape, or a messenger from the Wayfinder. That one seems a little bit more likely, but none of the events that have happened so far have led me to believe that it's proper for Beriathan to get back in his Gondorian outfit yet. After all, relationships with Umbar and Gondor are still difficult. So going around wearing Gondor's emblem doesn't seem like the most sensible option right now. And so that's why I haven't changed. But on the other hand, as I said before, this outfit was really good at the time I started using it, but it has overstayed its welcome a little bit, if you ask me. I wouldn't mind wearing something different now, and if we get the chance of getting Belonder's clothes, we might make the best of both worlds, really. Alright, yeah. The quest tracker was pointing us to the entrance to the Undercity from the arena for Rothak's quest, but we're not entering the Undercity from there. We're actually following Khôltekh's directions first and see what happens. But we are actually looking for this tavern in here, the Inn of Arms.
I would ask you if you have seen my husband, but I know he has been forbidden from showing his face here too.
That man has caused no end of trouble at every single winehouse and tavern and even friend's home in the entire city. I am certain he is still drinking somewhere, perhaps in Tatháta, although I do not know where, and I'm certain I will not descend to such unsavory deaths. You seem like you journey there often. Look for him next time you are there. Not often. This will be my first time, but I can handle it, right? So, well, as you can see here, these icons were not in here on our last episode because all these mark the different entrances to the Undercity from Umbar-môkh itself. So you can technically wait a little bit longer on before you come and talk to her. You can even use the entrance here below the arena, and you would actually avoid all these guys here in the Tor Gardens. That seems like the smartest choice. Can't regret I didn't do it that way. But what is done, and I'm not taking the portal to the arena yet because, as I said, we are following the epic and going to the Undercity through Khôltekh's door first. Thankfully, there were no fights on the way back. But I am once again running my tanking gear. And I was so impressed with how easy it was. All the fights were with my tanking traits and tanking gear and everything that I plan on doing that for the time being. That's gonna be better. However, now comes the time of cleaning up some of the additional stuff added in update 40. So update 40 added some extra quests in Lothlórien in Outer Gondor. We have already been through Lothlórien, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to go back there just for those quests. I'm still gonna do them and record them, but they're not gonna make part of the main series unless they are really important, but I don't think that is the case. There are also new stable destinations added throughout the city of Umbar and the Cape of Umbar as well. Our first stop here is the Bloody Eagle.
May the seas be calm and the winds fair.
I guess this one is practical and convenient, although I don't understand it very much because everyone can get a free port to the Bloody Eagle by exchanging tokens. However, I have just realized for most other classes that skill will have a cooldown up to 1 hour. So having the Stable Master at the Bloody Eagle can actually be helpful in those kind of situations. For Wardens, Hunters, not so much because you get your Masters and your Guides and you don't need to worry about cooldowns, but all the other classes might have a better use for that stable destination. In any way, now that we're here at the Bloody Eagle, you might remember I mentioned in one of the previous episodes that there is a cosmetic sword in here that is actually really nice. There are 2 of them. I always remember who has it, who will barter for it. So I hope you don't mind me sorting through these menus. I always get it wrong for whatever reason. Oh, Tomb of the Proud Lioness. Cool, because the reward track has a lion. You can get the couple. Great. What's the allegiance? There we go. So we have the Sword of Nakasi. And we also have Nakasi's outfit. I mean, this kind of works, but I'm not a big fan of that sword. It seems too savage for me. But Sword of Tumult, on the other hand, take a look at this. And it goes very well with my outfit, if you ask me. I just want to make sure that I didn't barter for this sword already before I spend some of my tokens, but no. So yeah, we're getting Tumuldo's sword. Oh yeah, 50 tokens. That's why I had not bartered for it yet, but well, I'm gonna be running with a sword. I'm not a big fan of the default look of the swords, the legendary swords, so just gonna be using the replica of Tumuldo's sword, which is so cool. This is Uro from the Blood of Ahsoka. Anyway, as I said, we are going through the city and I'm picking up the new stable destinations that were added. Some of them are along our way for the gate to the Undercity, but some of them will require us to do some extra traveling. So as you can see here, we have the Fleet Gate, the Gate of Sorrows, the Hunter's Camp, and the Guildhall. I always forget which one is the Gate of Sorrows, my bad. The Fleet Gate. Ah, the Gate of Sorrows in here. Yeah, that one is also on the way. All those travel destinations, once again, are very convenient, but at least at first sight, I don't get it why we needed so many of them. The Bloody Eagle, I get it now. Cool. The new stable master at the Guildhall, it's also useful. Especially because now you don't need to have your milestone at the guild. And that will allow you to get a milestone for the new region, and that, of course, is great. But for example, this new stable master at the Gate of Sorrows and at the Fleet Gate, I really don't get it that much. The only reason why you would want a stable master at the Fleet Gate is to have better access to the Hunter Expedition Camp for the dailies, but there is also a milestone and a stable master added to the Hunter Expedition Camp. So I don't get why you need a stable master for the Fleet Gate or the Gate of Sorrows anyway. I missed him. Anyway, I also wanted to check something here at the guild hall that I am not 100% sure about. Oh yeah, here we have Khôltekh. So you would remember we met Khôltekh at Jajax. He had us gather some crab parts for one of his cooking recipes, and that quest turned out to be a daily. You needed to complete that quest 5 times to unlock the next tier that will have you gather 2 or 3 different sets of items were a pain to get, and you needed to complete that one as well to unlock another daily that will count towards the weekly quests. It was a pain, and at the time it really didn't seem that important, so I skipped all of Khôltekh after unlocking the dailies. But after an update 4, Khôltekh finally fulfilled his promise of coming to the guild hall, and he has a couple of new quests for you. As far as I know, the only reward for these new quests are a couple of cooking recipes. I don't have a cook, so this really seems like an unnecessary detour, but I really want to complete all the new quests added. In order for Khôltekh to actually show up in the guild hall, you need to complete the last tier of the dailies that you unlock after doing all the other ones 5 times each, and you need to complete that last tier at least once for Khôltekh to appear in here. And there is also a vector added in Jajax with the new NPC that replaces Khôltekh, in case you forget about all this. But since I remember to came here, we don't need to worry about the vector, and Khôltekh will just give us his quest.
May the seas be calm and the winds fair.
Tastes in Umbar are fickle. The aristocracy constantly strives to find something new to tempt their stomachs and tantalize their desires. The source of the new flavor typically does not matter. My crab dishes, for example, were a mere plain traditional fare long served in my hometown of Jajax. I have been thinking, in the north you have leavened bread. Leavened bread is a treat we do not often see, yet I desire to use a taste of the Northlands and the standard fare of my home to create a delicacy that will sate the desires of the Epicurean elite in Umbar. I require bread from the north. I am told there is a grain growing wild and on farms, those from the north called barley. We shall begin there. I will require 5 loaves of barley bread. Will you assist me? Sure. So, barley bread you can only get through farming. I am no longer a farmer, so the only other option is the auction house. Thankfully, I had already visited the auction house. Because this is all there is to it for this quest. Khôltekh will have you gather a lot of ingredients that you can only get through crafting or through the auction house. So you are out of luck. There's something fishy going on with this storage, but I will deal with that later.
Fair winds to you.
Most excellent, my friend. He snips the bread and makes a face. I expected something more. This has almost no discernible scent. No matter, it is a taste of the north. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. He beams brightly.
Umbar is a free city at last.
I am very close to presenting this new recipe to the aristocracy, my friend. However, I require a reminder from home to ensure that the recipe ends with the desired result. I left Jajax in such a hurry I forgot to take my grandmother's cruet. It is a precious family heirloom. While I have the one I crafted here, I would prefer to pay homage to my grandmother and use the family cruet for this recipe. Return to Faradar in Jax Fanal. She will know where it is. Faradar. He is the NPC that replaces Khôltekh. We need to get back to Jax Fanal, talk to Faradar. So I might as well pick up the Vector quest anyway, just to check that off the list. But I don't know exactly when we will get the chance of doing so. Because I don't expect the epic or any of the new quests to take us back to the Cape of Umbar really, but we'll see. For the time being, we pick the Stable Master here for the crafting hall. And now we need to make our way to the Gate of Sorrows. I think we can actually come through here. Yeah. Yeah, this sword looks sick. Absolutely sick. Yeah, here we are at the Gate of Sorrows. So at least all these new stable masters that were added are really close to each other. So it makes the task of getting them all so much easier. The only reason why I think it is justifiable, or it was justified, to add these stable masters at the new gates, it's maybe to make traversal between the city and the undercity a little bit easier, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh, freaking Eye of Sauron. Forgot about that. Oh, there we go. Token of heroism. Thank you. We need a couple, really. How many? 11. Okay, we'll make do.
Fair winds to you.
Alright, so we have the Gate of Sorrows. This one in here is the entrance that Khôltekh mentioned. We'll need to get to this one. That'll be in just a moment, because I actually want to get the 2 last stable masters that we need. And I think that's all that we can do. All the additional stuff that was added with update 40, not related to the new epic, that I still consider important. We have Khôltekh. We already have started his quest line. We have the new stable masters. We have the new quests at Lond Gideon, but we really can't do much about them now. And we also have a new mission in the Bloody Eagle Tavern. But since we are not doing missions in the main series, I will skip that one for now and record it for a different video. As a matter of fact, I have already recorded a video with the original 10 missions of Umbar, but I never got to release it. And now that we have an extra mission, it seems I need to do some extra work to get all those in one single package. Anyway, we got there, the stable master at the fleet gate. So now we're gonna make a quick trip to the Hunter Expedition Camp, grab that stable master, and then we'll be back. I think we can grab, or yeah, take a ride to the Gate of Sorrows, and that will be so much faster. So at least we have a good option or a good reason as to why those stable masters were added, and that only confirms my theory that most of these stable masters were added to make traversal between the city and the undercity a little bit easier. I'm about to complete the Lion's Lair deed as well. Cool. At some point for Khôltekh's quest, we'll need to come back to this camp. So it seems like we are doing things a little bit out of order, but
Fair winds to
at
you.
least we will have the swift travel option when Khôltekh's quests bring us here. And now we can
You traveler.
take the ride to the Gate of Sorrows and be a little bit more efficient with time, because we're almost done for today and we haven't even gotten to the Undercity. It's a little bit crazy to me. But well, I'm no hurry. Once again, I just wanna enjoy this as much as we can. Just that is this this is the door. This door wasn't interactable before. You would remember I came to this garden so many times before, always wondering what was this for. We have the answer, an entrance to the Undercity. Oh, awesome. Not entering Khabârkhad, the crypts. Huge map, it seems. The Temamir guard asks you for the password. Mulgat nods and permits you to pass. Okay, right. So we go downstairs, reclaiming Khabârkhad. So this is Mekab-kuphar. 5 locations, titles, virtue XP, cool. So we go downstairs, and there we are. The cult stares impassively at you, but grants that you may pass his door. A lot of security here. Well, there are dead working around, so the place is dangerous, still.
Is that so? Well, I'm not one to speak against Khôltekh.
If he has allowed you to use this entrance, I will not risk my neck to stop you. There are other entrances to Umbar-môkh from the city above, but this one was given to the Temamir to guard, and we take this duty most seriously. Continue northwest to Mekab-kuphar and you will find a naval helper there. His name is Beriathan, and he drew the old stone for the day. That means it will be his obligation to provide any of the help you will require. This is the command of Khôltekh, and therefore it is a command to follow. Okay, lots of things here. Let me see.
Khôltekh sent you. They shook. They blood market. Finally, someone is doing something about those scoundrels.
We don't venture that far south. It is too dangerous. Few who reside there are friendly to dwarves. The blood market is southwest of here in Delirmis, the birds. Be careful, outside these environs you will find few friendly faces.
Khôltekh sent you. Honestly, we've got bigger problems than rats. But if Khôltekh said it, best to do it and fast.
There's a purveyor of dangerous supplies in Tilmachim, in Takdar. It is far to the north of here, outside Khabârkhad. The merchant's name is Maramit. He'll set you right. Best tell her Khôltekh send you, you'll get the best price. Right, best not to dally. On your way then.
Well met. You look quite capable. We have need of some assistance if you're willing.
North of here is an encampment of monstrous spiders. Their numbers are growing, their brood multiplying in the dark with no man or dwarves to pair them back. Their reach has expanded to the point they've been attacking my patrols here in the southern crypts. Please, we need their numbers thinned, before more of my Temamir fall to these terrible beasts. Will you help us?
We have urgent need of one such as yourself.
A party of our dwarves was attacked by the monstrous spiders that dwell north of here. They met off with some of my best guardsmen. If I could leave my post, I'd be there in a flash, and those spiders would taste only the iron of my blade. But I have sworn to Khôltekh that I would stay and provide safe haven and shelter to those who need it here. Please, north of here is a dwelling of large and dangerous spiders. They have my dwarves, and we have but hours before they wrap and devour them, the monsters. Will you aid us in our time of need? Absolutely. And we have another quest in here? A couple. It gets so boring down here. These other guards aren't the best conversationalists, you know. I wonder, would you be able to obtain a book for me? She leans in close as though to tell you a secret. There is a specific one I'm after, a smoldering fire. It's very academic. There's a bookseller to the north, just outside Khabârkhad in an area called Tilmahi, the crossroads. Here, take a few coins for the bookseller. Would you be able to get this book for me?
Could I have a moment of your time? I have a bit of a problem.
The guard seems reticent to share her secret. It's, well, promise you won't laugh, will you? She leans in close to whisper something to you. It's the little spirits, spirits of the dead. They've been coming after our patrols, throwing stones at our helmets, knocking our legs when we're not looking. It's bad for morale. Some of the guards are scared to patrol now, for fear the spirits will get more violent and do worse. I've been leaving food for them, little offerings over the past few weeks. It seems to have mollified them, but now I've been stationed here and I'm not to leave or go on patrol for a fortnight or more. I'm worried the spirits will start growing agitated. Could you leave food for them in my stead? I know it seems a mite odd, but things have gotten more peaceful in the past few weeks. I can mark the location down for you. Can you help? Okay, yeah, let me know. What do we have here? The same tasks that we have over the surface, so okay.
Fair winds to you.
Alright. We have the stable master here.
You are newly arrived to this guard post of the Demamir.
And at Khôltekh's command, no less. Beriathan sighs heavily. I should have inspected the other stones and proven to myself they were truly shinier than the one I drew, but it cannot be helped for today. It is my duty to aid you. What brings you to Umbar-môkh?
You seek to learn where Tatháta, the sea beast, has gone. I have not seen her for quite some time.
Are you certain she remains somewhere within Umbar-môkh? She is the kinswoman of the lower ward, and you will usually see her striding through the streets, her two great hounds by her side. You tell Beriathan that Tatháta was last seen within a hidden harbor beneath the city, and none have marked her passage in the days since. Well, I will ask around, but I should warn you, one thing is true beneath the city as it is in the streets above. There is a price for every question answered. If the Demamir of Mekab-kuphar are to help you locate your missing woman, you should do what you can to help them in return. Consult the notice board across the way to the southwest to see what we need done, and perhaps you will accomplish some of those tasks for us while I ask your questions for you. It is only fair, is it not? In Umbar-môkh, it is very important for things to be fair. Okay, yeah, but before I check that, the treasury. Let me see what we got. Please be good. Grand willpower, are you for real? I already got them. Okay, this is the notice board. What do we have here?
I need the aid of someone stronger
The
to
way,
fight my wife's sickness.
the way he catches the line is that is that part of the Tales of the Kindred? Doesn't seem to be, but let me double check that. It seems no, it seems it's not part of it.
A keen mind is more potent than the sharpest blade.
And just for a moment, it's awful, absolutely awful, what those people have done. You ask him what people and to what he's referring. The grave robbers? They've been in Khôltekh, no wonder the dead are agitated. I'd be too if they smash my home and disturb my slumber. They have been desecrating the tombs there. They are all in disarray, all for a few pieces of coin or gold. The dead are too much for me. to deal with, or I'd restore them myself. But you look like you can handle yourself. Will you go there and restore the tombs? Bring the dead some dignity and peace? Sure.
What is it?
Okay. Again, we need to complete... Oh! The light and the shadow. Okay, it seems different barters have different requisites. Cool. Ah yeah, you called that.
I need the aid of someone stronger to find my wife's necklace.
Please, just a moment of your time. Oh, you stopped. Excellent. My wife was the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. She was taken from us too soon. I had given her a beautiful ruby necklace just months before she died. On the day we laid her to rest, I dressed her in the finest garb with the necklace. But moments later, the necklace was gone. Some scoundrel must have made off with it. It is the only thing I have to remember her by. Now I hear rumors that a similar-looking necklace has been seen in Khôltekh, where the dead walk. I tried to go there myself, but the dead proved too much for me. I barely escaped with my life. Please, I do not have much, but what little coin I have is yours if you cannot find the necklace for me. Boy, that sounds a little bit sad. I'll be happy to help you, of course. The dead that walk. The bodies of the slain and interred remain not at rest, but are animated by spirits of evil and must be made still. Many can be found at Khôltekh to the west. Arms loose from their bodies. Of great danger to the unwary, grasping arms crawl along by their fingertips and are not to be underestimated. Look for them among the crypts at Khôltekh to the west. My misplaced axe. I lost my axe at Khôltekh. Its edge has been dull due to much use, but it is still of great sentimental value to me, and I would have it returned. Leave it in the collection box if you bring it back, because I have business outside the city for several weeks and will not be back for some time. Valuable trinkets and jewelries. It may be distasteful to some, but the valuables worn by the dead at Khôltekh are of no use to them and might be of great use for the Temami. Any concerns may be brought directly to Khôltekh, but the valuables should be left in the collection box. So White's arms, jewelry, and the axe. White stock the halls of Khôltekh. Facing them may impress the Temami. So yeah, we gotta do all that while Beruk gets us the information we need. Let me grab the milestone first of all. Here we go. With these, we are ready to venture, I guess, into Mekab-kuphar. This seems to be the way out. Into the unknown, you can say. Oh. There is an artifact chest? Cool. Where? And there is another exit through here. But yeah, the enemy is in the way. We'll need to find a way around the tunnels in here to our objectives. But I think that one will need to wait until the next one. We have spent a lot of time today already, and we'll need a lot of time to explore this tunnel. So for the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching. Garalif is saying goodbye as well. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.